Philadelphia. Saquon Barkley sought counsel from his family before arriving at the decision to depart from the Giants, his sole professional team, and sign with the Eagles. When Barkley informed his youngest daughter, Jada, that the family would be relocating to Philadelphia, she posed a singular question. Does this mean Dad will win now? As Barkley held his daughter close on a football field strewn with confetti, the answer was clear. Indeed, Barkley and the Eagles are positioned to win, with the opportunity for the ultimate victory still ahead as they prepare for the Super Bowl. Barkley rushed for a 60-yard touchdown on Philadelphia's first play, concluding the game with 118 yards and 3 touchdowns. Jalen Hurts contributed 3 rushing touchdowns, leading the Eagles to a decisive 55-23 victory over the Washington Commanders, thereby securing their place in the Super Bowl. This marks the second time in 3 seasons that Hurts and the Eagles will compete in the Super Bowl, with Barkley now joining the effort. They are set to face the Kansas City Chiefs, coached by former Eagles coach Andy Reid, for the second time in 3 seasons. "I came to Philly to be part of games like this," Barkley stated, "and there's nothing better than a game where you can advance to the Super Bowl." The Eagles' 55 points represent the highest total scored by any team in a conference championship game since the NFL merger in 1970. Hurts, who was wearing a brace on his left knee, also passed for 246 yards and 1 touchdown, exhilarating a towel-waving crowd during the NFC Championship game at Lincoln Financial Field. "I don't want anybody else leading this team at quarterback other than him. He's a winner," said Coach Nick Sirianni. "He faces so much criticism, which I find astonishing given the inquiries I must address. I tend not to focus on that. The reality is, this guy wins. He has been winning throughout his life." A.J. Brown recorded 6 receptions for 96 yards and a touchdown, playfully pretending to toss the NFC Championship trophy from a platform, as the Eagles, who entered the bye week with a record of 2-2, achieved their highest point total of the season and advanced to their 5th Super Bowl. The Commanders played a significant role in enabling the NFC title game to take place in Philadelphia following 2 consecutive road victories, including a shocking win over the top-seeded Detroit Lions last week, which allowed the second-seeded Eagles to host. Jaden Daniels threw for 255 yards, registering 1 touchdown and 1 interception, but fell short in his effort to become the first rookie quarterback to lead his team to the Super Bowl. The Commanders were hindered by 4 turnovers, including a fumble lost by Austin Eckler in the 3rd quarter while trailing 34-23. "We believed that we belonged here," stated Daniels. "It was simply another game for me, and that is how I approached it." The Eagles secured their sole Super Bowl victory during the 2017 season, with Nick Foles, the quarterback in that game against New England, serving as the honorary captain. The broadcast showcased highlights of other prominent players from that game in attendance, and now, 2 years after the Eagles' defeat to the Chiefs in the Super Bowl, the franchise has an opportunity to vie for their 2nd championship. Consistent with his performance throughout the season, Barkley excelled for the Eagles. Following an 18-play opening drive by the Commanders that culminated in a field goal, which subdued the enthusiastic crowd, Barkley ignited the fans, including actor Bradley Cooper during the Eagles' first offensive play from scrimmage. Barkley, now only the 9th running back in NFL history to rush for 2,000 yards in a season, received a pitch from Hurts, veered left, evaded 2 defenders, and propelled himself towards the end zone for a touchdown. The Eagles recovered a fumble on the subsequent drive, and Barkley contributed a 4-yard run, bringing his carry and touchdown total to 2, establishing a 14-3 lead. Including the playoffs, Barkley extended an NFL record by achieving his 7th rushing touchdown of 60 or more yards in a season. When he makes an impact early, it becomes less significant who initiates the scoring. "For us, it is essential to build momentum as an offense and maintain our rhythm," Hurts remarked. Daniels, who guided the Commanders to 6 consecutive victories, also made significant contributions, including a 36-yard touchdown pass to Terry McLaurin, narrowing the score to 14-12. "I had great confidence in our capabilities and performance," commented Commanders coach Dan Quinn. Hurts, who sustained a knee injury when sacked by the Rams last week, delivered his most impressive performance of the postseason, wherein the Eagles played all 3 games at home. He concluded the first half with a 1-yard touchdown via a tush push and threw a 4-yard scoring pass to Brown, allowing the Eagles to enter halftime with a 27-15 lead. "I suppose he allowed me some freedom within the offense today," Hurts stated regarding Sirianni's game plan. Hurts secured the Super Bowl berth with a tush-push touchdown in the fourth quarter, following a lighthearted moment when an official indicated he would grant the Eagles a touchdown if the Commanders did not cease their offside penalties. His 9th career postseason rushing touchdown extended their lead to 41-23, prompting small amounts of green confetti to be released from the upper deck as the countdown to the Super Bowl officially commenced. The Commanders' last-ditch effort for another late comeback fell flat when Nolan Smith sacked Daniels on a crucial 4th down in the fourth quarter. Will Shipley provided a much-needed respite for Barkley during the lopsided game, scoring a 2-yard touchdown to extend the lead to 55-23. Following a record-setting night at Lincoln Financial Field, the Eagles have claimed the NFC Championship for the second time in 3 years. Philadelphia recorded a conference championship game record 55 points en route to a commanding 55-23 victory over the Commanders. Saquon Barkley achieved 118 rushing yards and 3 touchdowns, while Jalen Hurts contributed 3 rushing scores and 1 passing touchdown in the victory. The Eagles' defense and special teams made significant plays, forcing 3 fumbles and obtaining an interception by Quinyon Mitchell late in the fourth quarter. Here is the feedback from players and head coach Nick Sirianni following the win. Head coach Nick Sirianni: "We have a tremendous organization, beginning with Chairman CEO Mr. Lurie and Executive Vice President General Manager Howie Roseman. I have consistently expressed my appreciation for their contributions. Achieving greatness is contingent upon the talents of others, and it begins with Mr. Lurie. Howie excels at bringing in quality players and providing support. Having a reliable GM with extensive experience is invaluable. I enjoy a strong partnership with him. It fundamentally revolves around the people involved. It has always been about the individuals, and we are fortunate to have exceptional people in our organization." Quarterback Jalen Hurts: "I believe expressing gratitude is essential. These are my personal insights, and I recognize that my individual perspective does not always reflect the team's priorities or objectives, as each team has its unique dynamics. Our collective mission is to capitalize on the opportunities we create. However, my own experiences serve as valuable tools for supporting both myself and those around me. We are presented with numerous learning opportunities derived from our experiences. There is a strong sense of unity among us as we work towards our ultimate team goal. We have made significant progress thus far, positioning ourselves effectively." Running back Saquon Barkley: "That is the reason for my presence here. It was among the initial discussions I had with Howie, as well as with my family. As I mentioned last week, I came to Philadelphia to participate in games of this significance. There is nothing more exhilarating than a game that offers the opportunity to advance to the Super Bowl, and I am incredibly excited about it. This was a collective team effort, and I would like to acknowledge all the members of our team. A formidable offensive display, complemented by a defense and special teams that collectively secured 4 takeaways, propelled the Eagles to a 55-23 victory over Washington in the NFC Championship game, thereby advancing Philadelphia to Super Bowl LIX in New Orleans on February 9th, against the winner of Sunday night's AFC Championship game between Buffalo and Kansas City. In their 3rd encounter with Washington during the 2024 season, the Eagles exhibited a remarkable performance that encapsulated the essence of a team that began the season 2-2 and has since achieved 15 victories in 16 games. On Championship Sunday, the Eagles executed a comprehensive game plan in overpowering Washington. The following are key observations from the team's 2nd NFC Championship in 3 seasons and 3rd in 8 seasons. After Washington utilized 18 plays and consumed over 7 minutes of the clock on their initial possession to establish a 3-0 lead, the Eagles responded swiftly. Will Shipley returned the subsequent kickoff for 35 yards to the 40-yard line. Then Saquon Barkley took the spotlight. He received a pitch from quarterback Jalen Hurts on the left side, as left tackle Jordan Mailata and left guard Tyler Steen decisively dominated the line of scrimmage. Tight end Grant Calcaterra also executed a crucial block outside, allowing Barkley to break free in the open field. He evaded two defenders, safeties Jeremy Chin and Quan Martin, at the Washington 45-yard line, then cut toward the center of the field into clear space and raced for a 60-yard touchdown run, igniting the offense. It was an excellent tone setter. We anticipated they would commit heavily to stopping the run, and we anticipated that. When he broke 2 or 3 tackles to start, we received a great block from A.J. Brown to get around the edge, followed by an outstanding block from Dallas Goedert to initiate the play, stated head coach Nick Sirianni. It was a remarkable performance from a special player, supported by an exceptional effort from the entire group. Subsequently, after the defense recovered a fumble by Washington at the Commanders' 48-yard line, Hurts and Barkley resumed their efforts. Hurts completed a 10-yard pass to tight end Dallas Goedert, followed by a 20-yard connection with wide receiver Devonta Smith, who made an impressive tippy-toe catch along the sideline. He then passed to wide receiver A.J. Brown for an 11-yard gain to the 4-yard line, after which Barkley received a handoff, recognized that the middle was blocked, bounced to the right, and sprinted to the corner of the end zone for his second touchdown. Following Jake Elliott's successful pat, the Eagles took a 14-3 lead. Philadelphia accumulated 27 points in the first half, achieving 15 first downs and totaling 233 net yards of offense. Hurts executed critical plays when he observed Washington's defense covering Smith and Brown in man-to-man coverage, effectively maintaining offensive momentum. The offense demonstrated impressive variety and execution, asserting dominance over Washington during the initial 2 quarters. I have emphasized that this is not a matter of capability, but rather a question of execution. It hinges on our approach, ensuring that everyone is aligned and playing in sync, ultimately guiding us to victory. The remarkable aspect of this sport, this team, and my experience here has been our ability to adapt and discover various paths to win, Hurts stated. Having a defense that forces turnovers and performs with intensity and aggressiveness is invaluable. We must summon the strength to achieve one more victory. For most teams, the uncertainty surrounding a starting center, especially one who is a Pro Bowl player, would pose a significant challenge. However, the Eagles managed this situation adeptly. Cam Jurgens, who dealt with a back injury throughout the week and was limited in practice, was deemed questionable for the game against Washington. The Eagles prepared by having Landon Dickerson transition from left guard to center, with Tyler Steen stepping in at left guard. Dickerson, who excelled as a center during his college career at Alabama, performed exceptionally well in the first half. Despite his stellar reputation as a guard having been selected for the Pro Bowl 3 times, he demonstrated his versatility and skill by playing effectively at center until he sustained a knee injury and exited the game after the first half. Jurgens, who was active and present on the sidelines during the first half, stepped in to play center in the second half, contributing significantly as the Eagles' offense continued to operate at a high level. That was significant. Cam displayed remarkable resilience in that regard. I am aware that Cam has been contending with that injury for some time. Stepping up in the face of injury, he was not operating at full capacity, which underscores the importance of his contribution. His determination to go out there and complete the game is commendable, Steen stated. Defensive coordinator Vic Fangio provided quarterback Jayden Daniels with a variety of coverage looks and occasionally incorporated a blitz. However, the Eagles primarily employed a crush-rush strategy, maintaining discipline in their lanes and striving to win one-on-one matchups. When facing a quarterback like Daniels and an offense as potent as Washington's, allowing some yardage, plays, and points is inevitable. The Eagles recorded 3 sacks on Daniel's own by Oren Burks, a critical one from Jordan Davis in the third quarter, and another by Nolan Smith late in the fourth down. They effectively contained Daniels and his running game. He managed a long gain of 19 yards but was largely restricted throughout the game, with everything kept in front of them.